I don't believe in work-life balance, by the way. I don't believe that you do 60, 70% work and then you box like 30, 40%. Maybe it's because I now run my own practice, and maybe you can relate to this, I don't know. It's about integration. Okay, so we need to build a life where we integrate work and personal stuff together, that they're in alignment. And self sacrifice happens when you're sacrificing your children's childhood because you're always at work. And then you come home and you scream and shout at them because you feel you have to. There has to be a balance. So throughout your 24 hours in the day, how are you going to integrate work, your family life, you having to, you need to eat and you need to rest. You've got to think about that, and it can't always be blocked into a nice calendar. So this is where we then, we override our basic human needs, and that's what self-sacrifice is, to get to where we want to get to. So it doesn't matter whether we're doing it out of self-validation or out of necessity. It's a self-sacrifice that causes the problems, and in the process we're sacrificing all our loved ones with us, and that's not what we want. So we need to find, one of the ways that I work with individuals, and I've had to work with myself on, is how do we build a life that is in alignment with what our values are, and what do we want out of life? Do we want to experience joy? Do you want to experience happiness? Do you want to be able to nurture our children? So what job would work? And I understand that there are people who having to work 12-hour shifts, and that's really hard. I totally get it. I totally understand there are some people that are in very impossible situations, but there needs to be what we call glimmers in a day, where there are some glimmers. There are moments where you are able to feel more aligned to what's your truth and your values. So if you value your children, which most of us do, what are you able to give them? Maybe it's just 30 minutes. Maybe it's just 30 minutes of trying to be present. Maybe it's just the bedtime story at the end of the day. Maybe it's just sitting having breakfast with them. We don't spend all of our time with our children, and neither are we all present 24 hours with our children. Okay, and that's fine. But we do need to find some points in the day that we're touch point with our family and we're being present, that we're able to have some time to ourselves, even if it's just like reading 2 pages of a book we enjoy. I like to sit in bed at the end of the day and listen to a podcast. That brings me joy. I enjoy it, and that's the time that I'm going to do it. So it's about just thinking how you integrate work life into personal life, into all the other aspects. Maybe you want to travel. So I don't work 9 to 5. It's 24 hours in a day. I kind of work at certain points. I integrate something. My daughter comes back from school. She's doing her homework. While she's doing her homework, do a bit of cooking, and I want to do a bit of work. She doesn't need me right now. She's engaged. So that, just plan where the touch points are through the day to make sure you're not self-sacrificing your own needs or your family's needs. Easier said than done. It takes practice.
I want to touch the point that you mentioned about not believing work-life balance. That there are several lanes in there that I can peel, right? One of them is I believe that we can live a good life, and if you are usually into personal growth, you're gonna work hard,
Yeah,
and that
I,
blurry line of like
I work hard.
personal and exactly and work life, that it gets blurrier, right? So in a sense, I would say I don't believe in work life balance either, which you raised a really good point. It's more like, I'm going to give it like 60% here, 40 there. It's like, is it? I like to live like 100% a full life, right?
Yes.